so creepy cool to me. Possum in a tree. looking down from a tree, eyes glowing in the night, looking mean and staring at me. I'll give you all the room that you need. Possum in a tree. Never mind the one-way road. You'll go any way you want to go. You'll never see me standing in your way. And if you start walking, I'll make you stay. You look so creepy cool to me. Possum in a tree. I know it's time for me to hit the road. I hope I never see you out there though. The road is rough and rocky along the way. And if you don't look out, you just might pay. I hope that you will always be free, just like a possum in a tree.
Let's see, please turn your cell phones off. The cameras don't like it. Leave your cameras on. Take all the videos and photos of Ernie that you can. I'm sure he appreciate the advertisement. Let's see, had a good crowd here yesterday at the Mountain Dulcimer Jam, and another nice crowd Friday night at the ukuleles. It's really great. Over on my right, there's a donation guitar jar hanging on the wall. Anybody wants to help Linda and I keep this thing going, we appreciate the help. We don't charge watchers to come in or anything. Anyway, why don't you put your hands together and give Ernie Block a nice welcome.
Thank you, Bob. Well, thank you very much. That was a little bit of Over the Waterfall and The Red-Haired Boy. The first little section was just working out some of the things in my head. Let's see. No use crying, walking to a stranger, naming the sorrows you've seen. Too many sad times, too many bad times, and nobody knows what you mean. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. No use roaming, going by the wayside, seeking a satisfied mind. Too many highways, too many byways, and nobody's walking behind. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. No use roaming, church on rails, seeking a satisfied mind. So many bad times, so many good times, and nobody's walking behind. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. One more time. But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them. I know how to use them. Give them all to me. All right, thank you. Some nice harmonies out there. Appreciate that. That was a song called "Pack Up Your Sorrows." It was written by Richard Farina, who was a dulcimer player back in the early 1970s, late 60s. It was written with his sister-in-law, Pat Martin, who is Joan Baez's big sister, and was Mimi Farina, which was Richard's wife, was Joan Baez's sister also. So the three of them had a very musical background. Mimi just died just a little while ago, not too long ago. Let's see. Stan Rogers was a singer and songwriter from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I'll be doing a couple of his songs. This one is a love song that he wrote. It's called 45 Years. The year shows its bones of wind-broken stones, and the sky and the sea are one. I'm caught at a time, my blood sings with wine, and I'm running naked in the sun. There's God in the trees, I'm weak in the knees, and the sky is a painful blue. Oh, I'd like to look around, but honey, all I see is you. Oh, the summer city lights will soften the night till you think that the air is clear. Oh, I'm sitting with friends where 45 cents will buy another glass of beer. He's got something to say, but I'm so far away that I don't know who I'm talking to. 'Cause you just walked in the door and honey, all I see is you. And I just want to hold you closer than I've ever held anyone before. You say you've been twice a wife and you're through with life. I bet, honey, what the hell's that for? After 33 years, you'd think I could find a way to let you know somehow that I want to see your smiling face 45 years from now. Well, alone in the lights, on stage every night, I've been reaching out to find a friend who knows all the words and sings so she's heard and knows how all the stories end. Maybe after the show, she'll ask me to go home with her for a drink or two. Now her smile lights up her eyes, but honey, all I see is you. And I just want to hold you closer than I've ever held anyone before. You say you've been twice a wife and you're through with life. I bet, honey, what the hell's that for? After 33 years, you'd think I could find a way to let you know somehow that I want to see your smiling face 45 years from now. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was, again, Stan Rogers, 45 years. Oh, the moon is over the ocean. The stars are in the sky, and all that I can see is my sweet Maria's eyes. Sarah, Sarah Maria, Sarah Maria, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, you know about the sugar cane. It comes from way down south. She got one end in her hand. She got the other end in her mouth. Sarah, Sarah Maria. Sarah Maria, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, you can go out walking to the corners of the world, and everybody will talk about such a pretty little girl. Sarah, Sarah Maria. Sarah Maria, yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you. So that was a lullaby that James Taylor wrote for his daughter, Sarah. Anyway, and Linda, that wasn't on the list, so add that one on there. I didn't think I saw it on there. It's on there now. It's a winter's morning, the snow is falling, it's 5 degrees, the house is cold. I put on my coat, find the shovel to find the firewood beneath the snow, but in my mind I go back again to Lake Michigan. The sun is hot, the water cool, the sailboats drifting slowly along that endless horizon blue. I put my coat on, fetch some inside, build a fire up and watch it grow. I put my feet up, settle back down, remembering times not so long ago in my mind. I go back again to Lake Michigan. The kids are swimming and castle building. The love is smiling there by my side on the beach at Lake Michigan. My love is up now, looking out at the snow. As it drifts past the window, she starts to go. The smile in her eyes and her distant stare tells me she's gone back to that sweet somewhere in her mind. Where does she go? She goes back again to Lake Michigan. The sun is hot, the water cool, with sailboats drifting slowly along that endless horizon blue. The kids are awake, the coffee is hot, the snow is still falling, will it ever stop? The newsman said that the school is closed, stay in where it's warm, keep off the roads. So in our minds we go back again to Lake Michigan. The sun is hot, the water cool, the sailboats drifting slowly along that endless horizon blue. We go back again to Lake Michigan. The kids are swimming, so they're hot. The sailboats drifting slowly along that endless horizon blue. Thank you. And that is a song written by some people that I've known for many years, Bill and Pat Trometer, who live in Muir, and they were a folk song duet for a long time now. They do mostly gospel and Christian music. I should tell them about coming out here. They are very good singers. One more time. All right, thank you. There was the first part of that was a O'Carolan tune called Lord Inchiquin. I learned that from a man who used to come into town, in Michigan a lot. Well, not a lot, a few times, enough for me to take some lessons from Leo Kretzner, a dulcimer player who now lives out in Oregon somewhere. I'm not sure exactly. He's still online. You can check him out. He's a wonderful player. That hammer-on pull-off proficiency, which I can emulate, is just precise and my versions of his music are. He's very good. So if you ever get a chance to listen to him to play, it's very good. He can play those songs just, Anyway.
Talk about your dulcimers and
I had a question about my dulcimers. I have two dulcimers. One is a regular timbre dulcimer. It was made in 1976. I've owned it since then. I've been playing it since then by a Michigan banjo maker named Bart Ryder, who went on to make high-end banjos. But he made a few dulcimers back in the early the mid-70s, obviously. And then this is a bass dulcimer strung and tuned an octave below my regular dulcimer here. And it's a Blue Lion. And I've had that since probably the mid-80s. And so, I started playing a different a dulcimer that I had made from a kit prior to 1976. I can't remember exactly how long I played that dulcimer. I'd jam with people who just were doing folk music. I'd just sit in the background and I could hear enough to be able to pick out the tunes that they were playing. They were very, and they would change a different key. You just have to catch up with them. You'd have to change your dulcimer. It can only play in one key, so you'd have to just catch up with them. And and I could do that, and it was a lot of fun back in those days. And then I got this. Things were. Anyway, I loved playing this for these years. Anyway, any other questions? Is that about it? I am DAD right now. Actually, I'm half a note lower than that, to tell you the truth, for my voice. And this is a half a step low because it's even better for fathers and grandfathers. So, yeah, anyway, I'm gonna. That's what dulcimer players do sometimes, is tune. Back in the 80s, I was working at Lansing Community College. I actually worked there till 2015, was it? Yeah, 2015, I had to ask my wife. But in the 80s, I was working there, and I'm a show-off, They knew that I'd played the mountain dulcimer, and a professor of Michigan sociology wanted to do a instructional video about how Michigan was surveyed back in the day, back the prior survey that the government did. And so they knew that I played, so they asked me to do a song for their video called, imaginatively enough, The Surveying of Michigan. So, and it's still, I think they still have it at LCC, and they may still play it, but what they asked me to play was what they asked me to learn, and I know some of the verses. It has a lot of verses. It's from the book. It came in a textbook, and I listened to a choir singing this song. It's called the Immigrant Song, the Michigan Immigrant Song, and they were trying to get people from New York, Vermont, those Yankee states. So that's basically, they're trying to get those people to come over to Michigan because in 1837, when we became a state, there was hardly anybody here. Detroit had been there for a long time, and well, anyway, this is a song, try to get people, sort of like the 1837 version of the Pure Michigan campaign. Goes something like this. There's a bunch more verses. Come all you Yankee farmers who'd like to change your lot, who's strength enough to travel beyond their native spot. Come leave behind the village where Pa and Ma do stay. Come follow me and settle in Michigan, IA. What country ever growed up so great in little time, just springing from the nursery right into life its prime? When Uncle Sam did wean her was just the other day, and now she's quite a lady, this Michigan IA. Oh, if you go farther, you're a deal farther on, I guess you'll reach St. Josie's where everybody's gone, where everything like Jack's bean goes Manster's fought, they say, and beats the rest all hollow of Michigan IA. And if you keep going, Rochester is there, and further on Mount Clemens looks out upon St. Clair, and on the other places within Macomb, BA, that promises population to Michigan IA. Oh, you that speak of Vermont, now what a place is that. Make sure that gals is pretty and the cattle very fat, but who amid the mountains, mid snow and clouds would stay when you can buy a prairie in Michigan IA. So come you Yankee farmers with metal heart like me, and with elbow grease aplenty to bow the forest tree. Come buy a quarter section and you'll be bound, I'll say, this country takes the rag off this Michigan IA. This country takes the rag off this Michigan IA. Something like that. Thank you. Yeah, they do a lot of verses disparaging many of the states out in the Yankee states, but I just tried to keep it. I gave you the one song, the one verse about Vermont. Anyway, so there you go. All the rage back in 1837. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
And you could sing all night in the dark, even without electricity.
Absolutely. You had to. Oh, speaking of those days, I brought my. This is a goose quill. Maybe you can get it in the lights, with the things taken off. Back in the day, no plastic, right? This is a noter. This is a piece of wood, basically. It's a stick, but they called it a noter. The tradition of playing the dulcimer is to play just on the melody string, which is the one that's closest to the player. And they would take the One more time. And that's sort of the sound that the mountain people would hear when they were playing their dulcimer. A little bit of wildwood flower there. This is a song by Tom Rush, another Canadian singer, songwriter, called Merrimack County. Way up north in the Merrimack County, I was born, way up north by the icebound ocean. That's my home, that's my home. When I was younger and in my schooling, I walked the mountains made of stone. The distance sang about tomorrow, and I did wish I was grown and gone. My and indeed, as I grew, indeed I rambled out along the open road. There I learned the rainbow circle. It's truly said that's a sign of storm. I'm going back to the Merrimack County to find the grass that hides my grave. So let the birds fly down the valley, let the storms roll along the sea. I'm going back to the Merrimack County, stormy mountains, that's home to me. That's home to me. That's home to me. That's home to me. Tom Rush. Thank you. This is one of the songs. Richard Farina was, if you've ever listened to his albums, is a mix of wonderful dulcimer and wonderful Bob Dylan-ish type songs. You know, he wrote these walking blues like Bob Dylan was doing, but he also wrote Reflections in a Crystal Wind, which is a wonderful song. And he wrote this little ditty called Hamish. Here we go, Hamish. That's a true dulcimer, head down, watching everything. Anyway. This is a song I've loved to play for many years, and maybe you've heard me play it before. Maybe people haven't. It's a song called "The Dutchman." It was written by Michael Peter Smith from Chicago. Steve Goodman made a pretty big splash with this one back in the day. It's about the sweetest song about ever. The Dutchman's not the kind of man to jam his fingers in the dam that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the summer, Margaret brings him breakfast she believes in. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she thinks he's alone, and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His coat and hat are patched with love that Margaret sewed there. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches tugboats down canals and calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him though she holds his arm. Sometimes he thinks he's alone, and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The winters whirl the windmills round. She widens his muffler tighter as they sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name. She makes the bed up singing some old love song. A song Margaret learned when it was very new. He hums a line or two, they sing together in the dark. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman, thank you, and thank you. All right. wanted to do this song, so I better do it before. This is called Whiskey Before Breakfast. There we go. There we go. Oh. Okay. So I got time for a couple more. Little, it's called Brian Burroughs March. All right, it's got a couple time for a couple more, Bob. All right, and then song for the Myra. Out on the Myra, on warm afternoons, old men go fishing with black line and spoon. And if they catch nothing, they never complain. Oh, I wish I was with them again. And the boys in their boats call to girls on the shore, teasing the ones they truly adore. And the girls in their boats call to boys on the shore, teasing the ones they'll truly ignore. Still late in the evening, courting begins. Oh, I wish I was with them again. Can you imagine a piece of the universe more fit for princes and kings? I'll give you 10 of your cities from Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. Oh, out on the Myra on warm summer nights, bonfires blaze to the children's delight. They dance round the songs of the flames, singing songs with their friends. Oh, I wish I was with them again. And over the ashes, stories are told of witches and warlocks in Black Island gold. Stars in the night sky, they sparkle and spin. Oh, I wish I was with them again. Oh, can you imagine a piece of the universe more fit for princes and kings? I'll give you 10 of your cities from Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. Oh, out on the Myra, the people are kind. They'll treat you to homebrew and will help you unwind. And if you come broken, they'll see that you mend. Oh, I wish I was with them again. Oh, I'll leave you here with a hope you go well. Sweet be your dreams, may your happiness swell. Oh, I'll leave you here with the dreams that you well, and I'm going to be with them again. Oh, can you imagine a piece of the universe more fit for princes and kings? I'll give you 10 of your cities from Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. Oh, out on the Myra. Oh, out on the Myra. Thank you. The Myra River, sorry. The Myra River is another Canadian folk song named McGillivray. I can't think of his, I have it written down. Song for the Myra. Anyway, it was also for a movie called Marion Bridge. I didn't know that until just recently. Which is the name of a town on the Myra River, yes. Sing with me if you know it. Simple gifts. 'Tis a gift to be simple. 'Tis a gift to be free. 'Tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in a place just right, we will be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow or to bend, we will not be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. Simple gifts.
It's 4 o'clock. You guys want encore? Let's
Oh,
hear God
okay.
Knows, Ernie.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna let's see. I have to. Oh, she went down last October in a pouring driving rain. The skipper, he'd been drinking, the mate, he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock and she was dealt your mortal blow. And the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There were just us 5 aboard her when she finally was awash. We worked like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. But the groan she gave as she went down caused us to proclaim, let the Mary Ellen Carter'd rise again. Oh, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave 30 years of service, boys, and met her sorry end. The insurance paid the loss to us, now let her rest below. And they laughed at us and said we had to go. Oh, we talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000, boys, floating at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, caused us to proclaim, let the Mary Ellen Carter'd rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. Let those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Oh, all spring now we've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. It's 3 dives a day in a hard hat suit, and twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet, and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. Oh, we'd hatch to rent, stopped rubber vents, dogged hatch and porthole down, strung cables to her fore and aft, and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the strain. Watch the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. And you to whom adversity has dealt the final blow, with smiling bastards lying to you everywhere you go, turn to and put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain. Like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again, rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken and life about to end, all those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken and life about to end, no matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. The Mary Ellen Carter by Stan Rogers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Dan. Give some love for the sound guy.
Hey, Don.
Hey, now.
Give Ernie another round of applause. That was a good job. Always a good job.
Thank you very much.
If you like this, tell people. If you don't like it,
Don't tell anybody.
hey, good. Hey, stick around and talk with Ernie, and we'll get the jam going hopefully by 4:30, and you'll be home not too late.
That's true. Thank you.